Hello my esteemed viewers from all over the world. Hope you guys are doing good? It's your boy Banke, bringing you more exciting and interesting true events from around the world. This is the true story of a man named Sunday Shodipe who was a ritual killer that terrorized the people in the city of Ibadan in Nigeria. Please sit back, relax and enjoy the story. One of the most infamous cases of ritual killing in Nigeria is the case of the Ibadan House of Horror that occurred in 2014. It involved a man named Sunday Shodipe who allegedly lured young children into his home in the Monia area of Ibadan, Oyo State, under the pretext of helping them run errands or offering them food. Once inside his home, he would kill them and remove their body parts, which he allegedly sold to ritualists for use in traditional medicine and spiritual rituals. The case came to light in August 2014 when one of the victims, a 5-year-old boy named Eniola Kolawole, was reported missing by his parents. The police launched an investigation, and their search led them to Shodipe's home, where they discovered the remains of several other children. The police also found a number of charms and fetish items in the house, including human skulls and bones. Shodipe was arrested and charged with murder and other related offenses. He initially denied the charges but later confessed to the killings, claiming that he had been instructed by a spiritualist to collect the body parts for use in rituals. He also implicated several other individuals in the killings, including a traditional ruler and a herbalist. The case caused a public outcry and highlighted the prevalence of ritual killings in Nigeria. It also raised concerns about the safety of children and vulnerable individuals in the country and the need for greater awareness and protection for these groups. The trial of Sunday Shodipe and the other suspects lasted for several years, with many twists and turns along the way. In the end, Shodipe was found guilty of multiple counts of murder and sentenced to death by hanging. The Ibadan House of Horror case remains a tragic reminder of the dangers of superstition and the desperation of some people to find quick solutions to their problems through occult means. It also highlights the need for greater investment in mental health care and social welfare programs to address the root causes of ritual killings and other forms of violent crime in Nigeria. The Ibadan House of Horror case was a particularly gruesome example of the widespread practice of ritual killings in Nigeria. It revealed the desperate lengths that some people will go to in their quest for wealth, power, or spiritual protection, as well as the exploitative and dangerous nature of the traditional medicine and spiritual industry in Nigeria. The case also highlighted the failures of Nigeria's law enforcement and justice system in dealing with ritual killings. Many observers criticized the slow pace of the investigation and the lack of resources and support for the families of the victims. There were also concerns about the fairness and transparency of the trial, with some people questioning the validity of the evidence and the reliability of the witnesses. The trial of Sunday Shodipe and the other suspects lasted for several years and was marked by many twists and turns. For example, Shodipe escaped from police custody in 2020 and remained at large for several days before being recaptured. His escape led to a public outcry and renewed calls for greater accountability and oversight of Nigeria's law enforcement agencies. The Ibadan House of Horror case is just one example of the many challenges facing Nigeria in terms of crime and criminal justice. It highlights the need for greater investment in mental health care, social welfare programs, and justice reform to address the root causes of violent crime and to ensure that perpetrators are held accountable for their actions. It also underscores the importance of public awareness and education to combat superstition and the dangerous practices associated with it. Ritual killings have a long history in Nigeria and are often associated with beliefs in the power of human sacrifice to achieve wealth, success, or spiritual protection. Many of the victims of these crimes are vulnerable individuals such as children, the elderly, and people with disabilities, who are seen as easy targets by the perpetrators. Despite the dangers and illegality of ritual killings, they continue to be practiced in many parts of Nigeria. This is partly due to the lack of effective law enforcement and justice systems, as well as the prevalence of superstition and belief in traditional medicine and spiritual practices. The Ibadan House of Horror case was significant not only because of its brutality but also because it exposed the wider network of individuals and groups involved in ritual killings in Nigeria. The case highlighted the role of traditional rulers, herbalists, and other spiritual practitioners in perpetuating these crimes and profiting from them. In response to the case, there have been calls for greater regulation and oversight of traditional medicine and spiritual practices in Nigeria. There have also been efforts to raise public awareness of the dangers of superstition and the importance of reporting suspected cases of ritual killings to the authorities. However, much more needs to be done to address the root causes of ritual killings in Nigeria, including poverty, inequality, and lack of access to basic services such as healthcare and education. Addressing these issues requires not only greater investment in social welfare programs but also political will and commitment to ensuring that all Nigerians are able to live in safety and dignity. Hope you enjoyed the story. I will be bringing you interesting stories from around the world once or twice every week. Please don't forget to like and share and also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Banke007. Thank you and see you next time.